So, if we start with this, we want to make sure that we balance, open, balance, and center the body. First of all, so that we can work with all of this specific organ. So we're going to start by centering. And the centering is equal pressure on both sides with this hand. Breathe in, look up, keeping this a perfectly straight line. Breathe out as we put down, push down. Breathe in, breathe out. And why it's really important with the liver and the gallbladder is because they're predominantly on one side of the body, on the right side of the body, but the channels are on both sides. So we really want to balance the channels, even though the physical activity is only on one side. We want to make sure that we balance that out with this exercise of equal pressure. Now, do the same thing, but push as hard as you can, one hand against the other, even to the point where you feel your shoulder blades because of the pushing in the front. Breathing in, push really hard. Push out and feel both shoulder blades equal. Push against it. Breathe out as it goes down. Push again, really hard. Down one more time with as hard a pushing as possible and equal pressure. Now as you stop at the middle, go out and feel that release of tension. Come from behind, palms up. Now with the palms really facing straight up, and this opens by twisting the arms to push the hand open. It opens up the channel. And without connecting to the breathing, just swing back and forth and stretch your hands out as far as possible, opening up that center channel, the opening segment of the exercise itself, to get the flow up through the center. Pushing the hands away as far as, and palms pushing up. You come back to center. To breathe in, coming up, back of the hands together. Breathe out as we come down. See how far down you can go without bending. Then bring up through the channel. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe in. Back of the hands touching. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Energy flows away from the palms, so as they're coming down, it's pushing open a channel, making the channel wider, so they can bring up the channel, bring up the energy up through the center of the channel. So the most important part of this is how to make that tube a larger diameter by having the energy flow away from the palm as it goes down, and then bringing the energy up through the center. Now we're starting with this already, with some of the concepts of wood. Wood deals with the connective tissues. So as we bend our back, we feel the stretching of the back, and up way high where the tree, getting up as tall as possible. Coming up, the energy comes down the trunk, and we feel as we bend our back, come down to the roots, bring the energy right up through the roots, right up through the trunk of the tree. So the same motion with a little different mental attitude of that we're coming down through the trunk instead of a tube. Bringing the energy up from the roots, down deeper, bringing it up into the wood. And one more time, feeling again the back, getting its stretching as we come all the way down. And bring it up. And then back with the balance again, right leg, left elbow. You can touch or the palm, either one, and then the opposite. And try, it's hard to be balanced. Do it nice and slow. And try to, if you want to really stretch it out, even harder, hand to toe, whatever works. They all do the same thing of opposites attracting, coming together. And even with balance problems, just knee to hand, knee to palm, all together. And then we relax. Now with the relaxing, we're going to go and work on this connective tissue concept of the wood, which is really very exciting because we generally are only thinking of muscles. So we're going to alternate, take our hands and really grip tight, and our toes, grip our toes in our shoes and get really, really tight. And then relax. Breathe in and get as tight as possible. Thinking of all the tendons and what was called fascia. This is the connective tissue between the muscles and the bone, and even different organs, the sacs around the organs. And then relax. And feel that release. And again, tighten as tight as possible. Our calves, our thighs are tight. Our elbows are tight. Fingers are tight. What is the tiger is the animal associated with this, with the wood. And then relax. Now we're going to add one more thing. Another connection to the whole concept of wood is the eyes. So now we're going to open our eyes as wide as possible when we do the tension. So we're tensing our hands and open. Feel the white of your eyes get exposed because our eyes are open so wide. And then relax. Breathe in this time, tense, eyes open, and breathe out, relax. Feel that you can get sore, you can go so tight. So breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out. Out for it. We're switching. Going back and forth. Breathe in. So with the breathing patterns, the breathing in and out changes what the oxygen is doing, and you have more energy actually when you hold your breath and when you breathe out. So we want to activate heavier amount of energy to work on these tendons and connective tissues. So again, breathe out. Relax and breathe in. One more time. Breathe out. Tense. Open your eyes. And breathe out. And now we're going to add this to the bone, to the bending of the back. So we're going to come down, and the tension of the hands and everything. I'll show you first is as I come down, I want to grip the ground with my feet and my hands, tie it up, and then I'm going to come as far back as possible. Also, leaving my hands in this tension position. But breathe out as I come down. Feet wide enough apart to bring your hands in, toes. Breathe in to come up. And hips forward. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the tension. And breathe in. Relax, coming up. Then tense the hands. One more time. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then relax. Now, also working on the eyes, we're going to alternate by observing the lines in your hand versus seen on peripheral vision. So we've done this before where we come up, breathing in, tension, heavy concentration on a very close proximity of your hands. And then as they come up, claws come straight down with bent elbows, feeling that you're pulling strings out of the sky as you come down, and then relax. Then come up, look at the lines of the hands. As they come up, breathe out, look at peripheral vision of your hands as they come down, and you're pulling down with the tension. And then again, breathing in, close vision, again working on the eyes. Breathe out, pulling down, tense fingers, feeling it pulling out of the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Open eyes really wide, massaging by seeing in peripheral vision. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do it again, and this time actually concentrate when you're coming down that our elbows are in a straight line in front of the body at a 90 and coming straight down on our sides. Perfect. Hands pointing out, pulling down. Good. Relax. Now again, working with the tiger. The tiger goes between a lunge and a cat stance. We did the tiger last time or the time before. So let's see how the lunge is. The back foot, like a 45-degree angle out, but stays on the heel. My back foot is on the ground. You have other types of lunges where you bring your foot up, but we want the tension, we want the weight. There's space between my feet. It's not a line from one foot to the other. There's my hips stay even with my shoulders. So the foot is away. There's space between this foot and that foot. And I come forward. Get a little more perfect. I want to get space. Bring this foot in. It can be only 45. It's all right. Instead of 90.
40 or 45. Okay.
Yeah, good. Gives you more balance.
Okay.
Good, good, good.
Okay.
Bring this foot a little more over this way.
Forward?
Yeah, yeah. So you have space between that heel and this heel.
So then I'm going 45 degrees between the
Good.
heels.
All right. So what we're looking at is people having the foot in a line here. We want to have space. Okay. And then that claw out. And the back hand, the hand of the leg forward is up. Another one is out. Okay. And then come back and switch. So the forward leg has the hand up. And it usually it's easier. The palm is forward. Good. Okay. Now come back again. Go forward. The key is keeping that foot on the ground. Why do we keep the foot on the ground? It's because it's solid. The leopard has a little similar but different. The leopard is going to be on the toe. The tiger is heavy. Heavy. And this tension, the whole body tension, has got all the joints working, and that tension of the wood is coming forward. Coming back. Forward again. Okay. And then working on one's muscle development, you can see how low you can get if you want. Really stretch that leg out and get low over time. It helps. Now we also want to alternate. Now the next, in between the heaviness of the tiger is the cat stance, right? The cat is lots of weight, most of the weight on the one foot, and just on the toe with the other one. Ready, however, to pounce. So I'm sunk into the weight of the lower foot. I'm not just standing, because I'm bounce ready. The spring are all those connective tissues working together, that ability to ready to spring like a cat bounces off. Now switch to the other one. Go back and forth. Switch. Feel that. Think of a cat-like, right? Cat is moving back and forth, back, forth. This cat stance, ready to pounce. Getting all of the energy connected from the earth up to the head, ready. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put them together. So we'll start with the extended foot. Back foot is on the ground. Then come up. And I'm on the cat. And the same back foot came up to be light as a cat, and then it goes forward. Then I'm going to get moved back. So then we do the same thing. Come up the cat, so I'm ready to pounce, but I go forward, make a step forward. And I keep my back foot on heel on the ground, space between them to keep, so I have a connection to the earth, and I'm solid. Then I come up, cat, keep going to the good. Come back. So what's happening here is I'm going from heaviness, lightness, heaviness to lightness, and that spring is my body working. But also, we'll start from here, and hopefully you can see. We'll see if we can go all the way across. Come up, cat, down, lunge, heaviness, up, cat, forward. Keep your back heel on the ground. I'm solid. Come up, I'm light, forward, I'm solid. And up and solid. Now what I'm seeing here is very interesting. We're working on wood, right? But when I'm solid, that's earth. So showing that nothing is 100%. We intertwine all of these elements together. It's important. Nothing works in a vacuum. The earth is helping with the foundation of the tree. So they help one another. What other things help the tree? Water. So we want to feed the tree. So in a sense, in the Chinese, water is the parent of wood. It feeds it. So we want to, and the earth is really the grandparent of the wood. And they use that terminology, grandparent, parent, and the element. So let's help out this wood of Tu B'Shvat and water our tree. So in our mode of improvisation, what should we do? What water should we do?
Rain.
Okay, so let's do the rain. So the rain comes down, right? And then hand faces it as it comes down and washes the body. Breathe up. Rain is coming down. And then breathe on the earth. And again, breathing in. As I breathe out, palms are facing down. As it gets near the face, then they come towards you as it washes the trees and the rain towards it. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so we need a little bit of more water for our helping the wood. What other water can we do for the
Stream. Oh, the stream. Yeah.
Which one?
The water.
The water element itself. So that's a good twisting, right? So if I'm standing forward, I bring the back foot behind me and then twist, and I'm in this stream. And I feel this. It's a really good one. This is a very good one. Why? Is because I also feel all of my connective tissues. It's all twisted, and that's the flow of the water. But also to be in this position and have everything connected is I'm really working on the connective tissue as well. So it shows you again, nothing is isolated. The dot inside the circle, the black dot in the white and the white dot in the black. Okay, and we want to balance this out, so we'll go the same way. Whatever foot is forward, we bring the other one behind, and then look towards that back foot. And the water stream, this is the twisting. Both hands go forward in front of us, but the front is towards the back foot. And obstacles, we go around the obstacles in life. The log jam might be there, but we can a little bit under the log jam to keep the water flowing. And rocks, turbulence, we get through it. And we come front and center. So let's do it again on the first side. So if it's one foot in front, bring the other one behind, and then twist towards my back foot. Palms pointed down, and look downstream. And see, we can even make a little water flowing as the stream goes down river, deeper, shallow, right and left around a boulder, feeling this. We can make motions or solid, no movement. Be solid. Feel the tension, all the connective tissues are holding you all together. Then balance it, go to the other side, front and center. One foot behind the other, then twisting towards the back foot. And hold it. And I just want to do one thing with, let me see how we stand up. I want to get that we're in the same position.
Okay.
Okay, so now foot behind and then twist towards the
I
back
think I was
foot.
twisting the wrong direction.
It's hard because I'm opposite of you.
Oh, I was twisting also.
It's all right. That's why
Some
I'm
of it
here.
was the right direction.
All right, so stand up straight. Both foot. All right, now bring foot behind and then twist towards the back foot.
Well, you could twist either way.
Well,
Why?
you could, but
You could teach us.
but you don't want to.
No.
It's good for
All
your
right.
waist. It's good for your waistband to have a strong.
So what's happening here? The water is the motion. It's feeding the wood, but you really feel also that connective tissue movement of the wood connected to it. All right, 1/3. What's a third? Water.
This rain, stream, and ocean.
Do, but I mean in relationship to some of the exercises that we've done. So-
Rain, we did
Oh,
very
this
strong.
one. No, it's rubbish. No, the bladder.
Oh, the
Bladder.
sap, the sap.
So you
coming
have
out of
it-
the trunk?
we have kidney and bladder. Kidney and bladder. Okay, which one do you want to do, kidney or bladder?
This one.
All right, the easy one. All right, bladder is going from stiffness down, back is stiff, hands together, straight up, and then curves. Nice and round, up and back. You'll notice how similar this is to what we were doing before,
Yes.
but what's the key difference? Down, stiff, hands together, stiff, straight out. Then what is our hands doing? What shape is our hands? They're relaxed. Whereas before, we had claw hands. Even though it was the same motion. Let's do what we were doing before. We had a claw and we came back. And that created the difference. Coming down, claw down. Coming up, claw back and over. Well, I'm working on my connective tissue, whereas here it's with the water. Down, fingers straight. Fingers straight as they come up, the body straight. Now very relaxed. The flow of the water with the releasing of tension versus the heaviness of the tension, giving a counterbalance to the wood now dealing with the water. Okay, and then the last one you mentioned before, what's connected to the bladder is the kidney. So which is the in the bow and arrow. So we want to get in the horse in the saddle and then shooting bow and arrow and pushing out, looking at the fingernail and then far away. Okay, so what's being massaged here? Breathing in, breathing out. First look at the fingernail, then look at the wall. So similar to my exercise for the wood, I'm massaging my eyes. First my finger, then the wall. Similar to my cat, my tiger, is my claws. My hands are tense. So I have some similarities and some differences. Hence, they're working on each other and with each other. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Then relax. So, coming back, our real goal is our wood. So the wood is the triple burner. Excuse me, is the gallbladder and the four movements. So the gallbladder is very similar, but a little angle of the tiger. So it's a tiger bends its waist, so it comes out, fingers straight away, back foot. We're in that lunge that we had before, right? Foot on the ground in the back, then whip it. Tension with my fingers, come up and over, looking to the back foot. Come forward into the center. The other side. Fingers straight, but then grabbing it. We come up and over. What's being stimulated? The whole side of the body, which is the gallbladder meridian. And mouth, back, and center. Again, always moving on the heel, but putting the foot on the ground, grabbing it up and over. Feel the tension coming along on the edges, really giving it a massage. Away, grab up and over. Each time getting a little lower, and then front and center. Now the four motions is we're alternating with the liver element. The liver exercise, alternate what leg is bent. So I turn, front always on my heel, front leg bent, back leg straight. Then come back, back leg straight, front bend. Now here, pull the foot across with the shoulder, and then bend back over. Then come in reverse. Up and stand. Now we're going to add one thing as we go to the other side. Something we've never done before. We add something new. Glare at your foot. Glare at it. Again, working with the eyes. Glare at your foot. Open the eyes and just send beams into the foot. So as I come over and I bend my knee, I'm glaring at that foot. It bounces back. I twist it with my shoulder, come down and just glare at the foot. Like you have a connection between your eye and your foot. And then come back, do it all in reverse. And we'll try it the other side. Glare at the foot, bounce back, back leg bent. Swash it with your shoulder. Bend down and glare at the foot. Really getting the energy from the eyes. Come back up. Twist it and up straight. One more time each side. Then down. Back leg bent. Move it with your shoulder. Bow down to the foot. Come in reverse. Back out of it the same way we went into it. And then we're settled. Now, warming it up, balancing it again, breathing in as we come up over the top. Breathe out as we come down. As we breathe in, balancing water and fire, which got a little activated just as side. More the water than the fire. Balance it the other way, breathing in, out. In. Relaxing it out and out. And come with your hands to the center. Now,